All right, what's up, everybody? We are here for episode 9 of Bullets, Barbells, and Barbecue podcast. I'm your host, Brett, as always. Chris is here co-hosting with me. And we have the quiet legend, Bonica Brown. We're going to give some stats for Bonica and see if I'm right or wrong. You debuted in 2004, 14-time gold medalist, winning the World Games once, Equip Championships 4 times, Classic Championships 7 times.
That sounds right. I think so.
Sounds right?
Yeah.
All right, let's start. What got you into it? What made you start powerlifting?
Very, very short version. Back when I was in high school and junior high, I was a really good volleyball player, but comes to high school, I didn't fit the mold of the tall, cute, skinny little thing and the right last name, born and raised in this district that I was in. And when I went out for the volleyball tryouts, I obviously didn't make the team. And I didn't make the team because I was too short. Too short. Okay, I'm bigger now than I was then, but I didn't fit the mold.
You're taller now?
No, I'm still short.
Oh, okay. I didn't think so. I didn't think you got any taller, so that's good.
But you had to be tall for volleyball and slender and all cute and shit. And so my mom went to athletic director, and it was either powerlifting or cheerleading for something to do.
All right.
And I wasn't going to be a pom-pom princess.
Wow. What a hate towards the pom-pom team.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't going to be.
So 2004, that said you were 14. Is that right?
Cheerleaders are
Well,
athletes
no,
too.
I started lifting weights in fall 2002. So we had tryouts during Thanksgiving break for 3 days over Thanksgiving break.
Oh, so this was a school
Yeah, this was
powerlifting team.
Well, it wasn't like a big team thing. It was just something to do.
So was it a big school or small? Because I'm from a small
Small.
school, and we didn't have, that wasn't a thing. We didn't have powerlifting.
Oh, we were small. Graduation classes were usually in the 30s, and ours was abnormally large, and we graduated with 69.
Oh, of
The
course.
largest in
Where-
school history.
Where was that at?
It's in Climax, Michigan.
Climax,
I
Michigan,
know you like
69
that.
kids. Okay, that couldn't have got any better than it just did.
So, no, the school's called Climax Scott, so it's Climax and Scott.
So where's
together.
that close to as far as what people might know,
In between Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, Michigan.
Okay. And your parents are still there?
My mom's in Michigan, and my dad's in Arizona.
Okay. What got you to Omaha then?
I met my ex in Michigan.
Okay. And then he was what? How do you end up here? Air Force or something? Or
No, I just met him. He's from here, and I met him
Oh.
up there, and then I just came here because of him, and I'm just still here.
So 2004, so 19 years? No. Yeah,
Well,
19 years, almost 20
So
years.
it was fall 2002
Almost, yeah.
is when I started lifting.
But your
November-
first meet was
5 weeks later.
That was your.
You're looking at USAPL. So all the competitions I did from fall of 2002 and through high school was the Michigan high school stuff.
Okay.
So it's not official sanctioned stuff. It's just all the schools getting together and hundreds of kids. Just kind of what
What we do here.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Okay.
And so April 2003 was my first USAPL competition. And my first nationals was February 2004.
Okay. So 21 years.
Yeah. Well, on and off. I had a 5-year hiatus.
When was that?
February 2008 to February 2013.
Why?
Life, school, work,
Oh.
college. And then I was like, okay, I want to start lifting again. And then I started lifting again.
Did you not lift at all for those 5 years?
Correct. No lifting, no nothing. So I just wonder where I would be.
It was a recovery,
Now.
just a recovery period.
Yeah. I took some downtime
Yeah.
just to rebuild.
Recovering.
Instead of a 30-minute break, it's a 5-year break. Okay.
How old were you when you broke your first world record?
Well, I technically did in 2004, however old I was, the sub-junior records.
That was world or that was local?
So I'm old and young enough that back in the day in USAPL, you could technically set the world records at nationals,
Okay.
and you could also do fourth attempts.
They don't do fourth attempts anymore?
They did fourth attempts back then.
But they don't anymore?
No.
That's why the USAPL
2005,
USAPL
I think it
sucks.
went away. Well, I think it went away in 2005. I can't remember. But yeah, so I think I was doing it back then.
That's pretty awesome.
Pretty sure. I know when I went to Worlds, I definitely broke them. I definitely remember that.
When they got rid of fourth attempts, is that when they changed the weight classes?
No, we only changed the weight classes because of the IPF.
Yeah, the IPF.
And then it was voted, and people weren't paying attention during that meeting. And then, so that's why USAPL matched the IPF with the weight classes. But then since the break, USAPL is not part of IPF anymore,
Sure.
they went back to the classes.
Do you think they should have, when they switched weight classes, do you think they should have switched to a monolift?
I like walking out.
But you know what I mean? That would have been the prime time because it always used to be the deal that, oh, well, all the records were always set walking out. So, but now the records were all null and void basically because the weight classes all changed.
I honestly didn't pay attention when the records went back to like the old ones, so I don't even know. I didn't pay attention.
I like the monos. I think it's nice because it gives you the option. Safer.
I like to walk out.
I mean, it
shows you got stability on squats.
I mean, I'm not questioning people who walk it out because that's still badass to walk it out.
That's why I like it.
I think walking out's better because, like she said, you got to stabilize it. You got to walk out.
Oh yeah,
I think it's a way more like if you break a world record, you walked it out. Like that's.
Oh yeah, I think it's I'm not putting this isn't putting anybody down that doesn't walk out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think monos were probably the best thing for multiply lifting.
Yeah, well, that's just hard to move in.
Yeah,
period.
the immobility of it. But I was wondered then if that would have been a good time to bring monos in, but it is what it is.
I don't think they would.
Everybody has their opinion, you know.
My real question is, when are they going to get rid of the press command on bench? It's the most subjective call there is.
Oh, you know what? I was lifting during the time when there wasn't a press command.
And you know what? There's a valid argument. I don't think there should be. They don't make you do a squat command.
As long as it's motionless and then press. That's what we had to do. So like it was 2005, I think, is maybe when they got rid of that rule. Or maybe they added that rule, I should say.
Press.
Yeah. That the rule was you just come down, motionless, and then press. So the lifter had to make it motionless. But honestly, I always had a coach telling me a press command. So I didn't have a problem.
I just think it's super subjective. They don't make you stop a squat at the bottom.
No. But yeah, sometimes there are long pauses and short pauses. That's not consistent.
I mean, 100%. If you're a head judge and you don't like somebody, you can totally fuck them on the bench.
Oh yeah, that's how I felt a few times. I'm like, how long am I going to hold this?
Yeah, I mean, speaking of getting fucked, you got fucked last year.
Oh yeah, I know. A friend talked to me about it last night too.
Let's tell the story. Was this Powerlifting America or was this your last USAPL meet?
What are you talking about? You're talking about World Games? Are we on the same page?
The World Games, yeah.
No.
Was that IPF still, or was that?
No, it's still IPF. It's an IPF competition.
Well, no, but it was Powerlifting America. Was that on USAPL? It was
Powerlifting America. So
okay, so Powerlifting America is the new. Who doesn't know is the new IPF affiliate?
Yeah.
Because the USAPL and them split.
Yeah, and like the Powerlifting America had to step in, especially for anybody who wanted to go to World Games, and so like the split conveniently happened, 2021, but I knew that there was that loophole of like. Each country, no matter what, and the IPF couldn't stop it, we're the host country, so we could have 2 men, 2 women to go. And that was just my little gleam of hope. But we needed a federation.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, Powerlifting America stepped in. I'm like, okay, I just need the official invite. I'm able to go.
And then what happened?
At the competition?
Yeah, where you got a total fuck job.
Oh, well, I had a shitty handoff on my first attempt. The second attempt, I felt like Joe Capolino. I had a really long pause, so that sucked.
And they have, and to explain, you can't have your own handoff person.
No.
Yes, IPF brings in their own hand. USAPL still does too. I think they have their own handoff person. You can't use who you've trained with your entire life.
It was somebody I know, and it's somebody you know.
Well, but still.
Do you know who it is?
I don't know who it is.
It was Mike Z.
Oh, I fucking hate that guy. But no, which I don't. That's one thing I don't like, where they bring in their own handoff guys. You can't have your training partner lift off for you, who you're comfortable with. You have someone, which I mean, these guys lift off for everybody, so they're not like total like idiots about it. But I don't think it's fair.
Well, side note, the Czech Republic spotter loader team, they're fucking awesome. Like they are on the ball and they're great.
Are they better than ours? We have a pretty.
Who's the handoff guy here?
I mean, but our platform runners and our spotters and loaders and our mates are pretty fucking efficient.
Oh, these Czech guys, they're pretty good.
You better watch out. Fucking Dennis can run a platform like nobody else.
These guys are good too, though.
Well, that's good though. But then it came down to your deadlift, right?
Yeah. So like the behind the scenes on that. So you have a 5-man jury, and obviously people really didn't realize this rule of a lift being overturned or taken or anything until that happened to me. Well, I don't even know. I don't know if I want to say that first. So anyway, okay, we're just going to go. Okay, so I'm getting revved up, do my deadlift, and I'm going up there.
First, second, or third?
Third attempt.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, just do this attempt like the other 2. And I pull it, I get it up, and I knew I had it. But I guess another background is I was hurting for a year easy and could not ever sumo because I don't know what muscles on my legs. I couldn't open up I couldn't lock out. I couldn't do anything with sumo. But at this competition, I needed it. And I think I was able to train successfully 3 times in the suit before going to the World Games. Like with no pain, or well, I still had pain and still forced myself. And then day of game day, even like days leading up, I'm like, I'm hurting. I don't know what I'm going to do. Day of, no pain. So it's like,
that's a blessing.
Yeah, I'm like, my body, it was there to perform. It was freaking game day. And so I'm up there, pull it, and the crowd is cheering, everything, down command. And I see 2 whites. All you need is 2. So I'm like, yes, I can't believe it. I won. Yes, that was like we pulled what I needed. And then I get off the stage, and then all of a sudden, the announcer's like, wait a moment. Unfortunately, the lift was overturned. And then we just dropped. And then I see the competitor, like, obviously happy. And it's like, really?
And they were Canadian, right? And
yes.
Canadians are the worst.
And then I'm just standing there in awe. And then James Townsend immediately goes to the jury and like slapped down the €100 and like was doing an official protest.
You have to pay to protest?
Yep.
Wow, that's like fucking mafia.
Yep. He was ready. He was stormed up there. And he was writing an official protest of like writing whatever details. And I'm just standing there in my suit and everything, just in awe, just watching. And then all of a sudden Gaston comes out, and this is how you can't see on TV or nothing. He comes up to the stage and he's calling all referees, any referee, like all referees that were sitting on the sides, the audience.
Is this Gaston from like Beauty and the Beast, or is it?
Gaston, the IPF president.
Okay, that's good to know.
But he's calling everybody up to the stage. So you got like, I don't know, 15, 20 referees on stage right now. Oh, and wow. I'm just like, this is like a 15, 20-minute ordeal. And it's just, just to give hindsight, there was no replay when they were supposed to have been. There was no replay. They didn't talk to the referees, the 3 referees that were refereeing the lift. And it's just, we had a referee that was on that jury that only got their Cat 2 a month prior at Raw Worlds. And 2 of them that apparently don't like Americans, I learned, and then the other 2 are okay. And so they were just stubborn and just didn't want to change their mind. But the thing is, with the 5-man referee, like we all thought it had to be unanimous. Oh no, it's only unanimous when it's a 3-man jury. With 5-man, just 3 people have to agree, and the other 2 are like, so whatever.
What was the overall? They said you didn't lock it out, or what?
No, I never got an official answer. I never gotten anything. I don't know. What is wrong with that lift? What was wrong with it?
Well, if they're going to do a 5-man jury, it probably should be random on who gets to judge. You know, kind of like how the Olympics does it. You know, all the countries have a person that does the judging for the Olympics, and then however many there are that are judging, a couple of them don't count, and it's random every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like it's like cool. A secret vote, and they just count, and then they
so
decide, hey, like you're not in and you're not in. So
yeah, so that would be a perfect way to do something like that if they have 5 people doing it, and then randomly 2 of them don't count.
What weight was that?
Oh, it was 3-2.
No, but what weight? What was your 3rd attempt?
Oh, I don't remember.
Would it have been a world record?
It was something that I've done before in the past. I knew I could pull easy.
Oh, you just went for the win.
Yes. Yeah, because it's by points. It's not by total. It's by good lift points or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Did you get your 1st and 2nd?
Yeah, I got my 1st and 2nd, and I technically did pull and got the win. But then it was taken away.
So you finished 2nd?
Yeah.
To Canada. Fucking Canadians.
But like if it was me, if I won like that, I wouldn't take the medal. I wouldn't if I won like that.
I remember you told me that you didn't want the medal.
I'm just saying, like, if I won first place like that, I wouldn't do that.
Didn't you throw your 2nd place medal?
Yeah, I did. I didn't get that. You ruined it. I didn't get that far. And they told me to get ready, and I said, no, I'm not going up on that podium. And then he said, you'd be disqualified. And then I was like, the only thing that made me go up on that stage, or like on that podium, was my world record squat. That was the only thing that made me go up there, because it wouldn't count, because I would have been disqualified. That's how much I didn't give a fuck at that point.
Ooh.
I did not care.
No fucks.
And like,
except for a world record. Then
that's it. That's all I cared about.
Then a fuck was given.
Yep. I didn't care. And so I'm like, we had to go to the side, and I'm just like, I was just so angry. I was shaking in anger and trying to control it. Like I wanted to explode. I was so mad.
Which, I mean, that's crazy to me, because you've been a pretty fucking loyal IPF lifter
Yeah.
and a good spokesman for the sport for the IPF. And then they just like shit on you when they had the chance.
Yeah, yeah. And well, the person that was on the jury, I'm pretty sure he was mad at me from 2 days prior. And I think he used his influence on the other people. And because you know how when you go to a competition, there's a room where you get to lift, right? Like do your workouts prior to competing, right?
Yep.
That's accessible to all the lifters. Well, the day that I wanted to go train, I couldn't get access to it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't we go in there? And there's other people. It's not just me. I'm the only one that has balls that'll say something because I'm not just going to back down. And apparently it was being used for an interview. I'm like, that interview could be done anywhere. It doesn't need to be in that room. Like, athletes need to get in there and to lift. Like, you're screwing me over so I can't watch the competition. Because I wanted to watch Kimmy and Taylor. And I couldn't. And so then the guy, he's like, oh, you Americans, you think you just do whatever you want and would just bow down to you. And he just kept on going and going.
What accent is that?
Netherlands.
Oh,
That's your hint of who it is. and he just like, I'm just like, well, this isn't right. Like, why can't I go in there and lift? And so then conveniently he was on my jury.
Oh.
And then he used his influence. And honestly, my second attempt, he was trying to influence the referees of saying that was a bad lift and they shouldn't have gotten 3 whites. And then the head ref listened to him and gave the red light to give the gateway to the jury.
Oh, because if
to
there's
take
three whites, there's no question then.
Correct. The jury can't overturn. But once you get one red, they can overturn it. So now it's like in the IPF, like these past few years, it's like all you need is 2 is kind of, it's scary now. If you don't get 3 whites, you're fucked.
Is there video of that deadlift?
Oh, yeah, from like what they shared
not-
from the live stream.
But not the official review. Like she
Not
was
the
talking about. They were
official
supposed to
replay.
have official
No,
review of
I'm
it.
saying if people that are listening to the podcast want to go watch that lift and judge it for themselves, is
Oh.
there
Oh, yeah.
what YouTube video would they go to, or where would they be able to find that?
The easiest would be the Powerlifting America page. It's on there.
And you guys go check it out and see
Yeah.
see for yourself what you think.
Yeah. Well, and
Like
you know what's funny is
99% of the other people
they're
in the
supposed to
world.
have live, but you know what's funny? A lot of other feds have gone to, if someone submits a video, they can overrule your lift. If there's a good, like somebody that has a camera video from the side,
Yeah.
you can submit a video and say that fucking squat was high. That shouldn't be good.
Like after the fact? Or?
After the fact.
Oh, well, they're not going to do that.
Well,
Nope, it
no,
has to be
but I'm
income.
surprised they won't let somebody. I'm sure someone has a camera video,
Oh, yeah.
a phone camera. You know what I mean, from the side, because everybody fucking records everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like,
So you stay with the IPF because you're a glutton for punishment.
yeah.
Because you want to do the Sheffield,
Well, yeah.
which you just did. What, 3 weeks ago now? 4 weeks
Yeah.
ago?
But then but I didn't get to the part about getting the stupid medal.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Jesus.
Because you ruined it. You ruined
I mean,
it.
she threw it.
So I go on stage and I get the stupid medal. And like the only cool part is when I did get on that podium, the crowd cheered for me. The crowd was
Because you were the real winner.
yeah. And then when first place got up there, it was like diminished. Like people did not. And so like people knew, like the crowd knew. But then afterwards, like I went to the warm-up room, like I didn't come here for fucking second place. And I just threw the medal, and we had a little trophy too. I fucking threw it. I should have threw it harder because I wanted to break it.
I was gonna say it didn't break, did it?
And I didn't throw hard enough.
Fucking world records over here. You can't break a medal.
Well, no, I wanted to break the trophy thing.
Oh.
And I was just so mad.
Did you
But
leave it there?
yeah, well, actually it snuck into my bag somehow. So I had to throw it again.
So you still have it at home or not?
No, I don't. I threw it again. No, when I was like, it was in the warm room. Like I was unpacking my stuff because I had to find something.
Oh, so it never left.
Oh, I didn't. It did not leave with me. Somebody else has it. I'm like, don't you ever fucking mail that to me. If I see your name on an envelope and a package, I am going to say return to sender and send it back.
Wow, I thought I hate their heart for that.
Yeah. And they know to not send it to me.
All right. Wow. So your next meet was the Sheffield, though, right?
Yeah. After that, it was a Sheffield.
Which was also IPF,
Yeah.
Powerlifting America. So that was the top 12 males and top 12 or you guys all had to be world record holders, right? How'd they decide that? Because it's
So-
12 males, 12 females.
The first round of qualification was you had to go to Raw Worlds, and 2 things. You had to get first place, and I forgot what % of the world record you had to do. I don't remember. Let's just say 95. I'm probably wrong. You had to get, or 97. It was something. Like you had to be really, you had to
Close
get
to
that
it.
% of the world record total. And then that was first round. And I think, maybe 7 people, 6, 7 people. I don't know how many. Oh, that's too low. How many wild cards were there? let's say 12 people. 12 people might have right off the bat, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. And then they also wanted to make sure there was somebody from each like continent represented. So that was the second round. And so that was a few more lifters. And then they had wild cards, and it's just whoever SBD wanted to pick to go.
So SBD was the biggest sponsor for it.
It is the SBD. It is their competition.
Okay.
That's their baby.
It's in Sheffield.
Yep, that's the owner's
UK.
hometown. Yep.
Sheffield, UK, or Sheffield, England?
England. England.
Okay.
UK.
Okay. So you 12. There's 24 of you total.
Yes.
Top prize was 25,000 pounds each for top, and that's how much you broke for first, and that's for how much you broke the world record by percentage wise.
Yes, which was really hard when it came to deadlifts because it's like, oh shit, we have to do math. It's not like because your brain, like, yeah, we knew that the whole time.
Yeah, because we saw your squat was way too easy.
Well, we didn't know I could do it.
And your
that
deadlift was way
easily.
too easy.
Okay, we didn't know I could do it that well. Okay, you should see me in training. I'm pooped out. Moving all these plates by myself. It's hard.
617.
Yeah.
0.3.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
I know.
It's pretty good.
But so that broke your previous world record, right?
I
So
broke
that
the
was,
record twice.
But you only got. So that was an additional 5,000 pounds, right?
Yeah.
But you only get it for the one.
Yeah, we were all hoping that
did
we could get
Did I miss
money
it? Is
twice.
it geared lifting or?
This was raw.
Is it
Raw
raw?
lifting?
It is raw.
And then your bench 341.7.
Yeah, but I had a bench and I had an arm injury, and I couldn't bench for a long time. But like people didn't
Excuses were
know.
like assholes,
I couldn't bench.
And then a 556 deadlift, which was easy.
Yeah.
I think the bench was about right. I was like, on your second, I thought, oh, she should go heavier. And then your third, I saw it, and I was like, that's probably right.
Well, I couldn't bench for like months.
No, I know, but I thought your second one flew, and then your third one, and I was like, that's not a very big jump. And then you did it, and I was like, probably the right amount.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. I called it. I knew.
So 1499.1.
Yeah, which is really cool. I didn't realize it was basically 1,500.
So that broke the world record. Your
Total.
previous total, was that your total world record?
Yeah, so it's 680. I think it was 671.5.
Or not kilos, we're in America.
I know. I don't know what it was in pounds.
So what'd you finish at the Sheffield?
I got fifth, but barely. Like if you look at the numbers from third, fourth, and fifth, they were just like decimals apart.
So what'd that pay then? 6?
I don't know. I would have gotten more. I don't remember. We haven't gotten our prize money yet, so I don't know.
Oh, no kidding?
No,
I figured they'd hand it out to you when you left.
No,
They
because so we all got drug tested.
They ain't paying.
We all got drug tested.
Yeah, I'll get you later.
No, it's so like, and people are asking me. I'm like, all right, I'll have the balls. So I started reaching out to all the athletes. I'm like, it's not that hard. Figure out who's tested. Message all 23 other people, and I got 20 people to reply to me. 2 are radio silent, and 1 just won't give me a frickin' answer.
And what's this? What were they messaged about?
To ask, I'm like, hey, my drug test results was posted on April 12th. And I'm like, hey, check your Adams. It literally takes like a minute or 2 to frickin' look and click to see if your result was posted. Because it's like, then we can all rally and be like, yo, our results are posted. Give us our money.
Oh, so they're just waiting until everybody's drug tests
No,
are up.
yeah. But here's the thing. It's the CCS, like the drug testing company. They're the ones that holding us up right now. Because I'm like, it takes 2 weeks max for a drug test to be posted. I'm not stupid. Like, I look all the time and try to keep tabs and figure out the pattern. I'm like, it doesn't take that long. Like, this is a month now. And it's like, you guys are holding us up. Because a lot of us, we really want this funds to kind of pay for the next trip that we're going to. And we need this.
One of the funnest things to do is to go on like the IPF sites and see who's banned and look how much stuff they were taking. It is.
Okay, that too.
Or the USAPL one. Dude, there was a girl that did one of the meets down in Lincoln, and I'd seen her at a few meets. She had, like most people, it's like they'd have like one line of like substances. Hers was like fucking 5 lines of substances she was on. And her like testosterone level was like some fucking astronomical amount. Because they allow what? Like, it's like a 3-to-1 or something like that, or 2-to-1.
I have no idea.
Hers was like some fucking like 15-to-1. It was
huge. She was walking on the treadmill and jogging on the treadmill
She was
for
jumping
warm-ups.
rope,
And she was jumping rope, and she was orange.
we called her Red Hulk. She was fucking red the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she would, and actually, most of the meets I saw her, she would bomb out, so she never had a drug test. And then when
she finally did.
whammy. Yeah, her squats were dog shit. She couldn't fucking get anywhere. Not even like close.
That just goes to show you can't just take drugs. You got to put the work in.
Yeah. She did all the drug part, though, like a lot.
I did all of the drug
Yeah,
part.
I did everything that was meant. So the Sheffield's your last meet. What's your next meet? You're doing Equipped.
No,
Raw?
it's Raw Worlds in Malta.
Where's Malta?
It's an island off of Italy. Little inky dinky little island.
So you've seen most of the world because of powerlifting.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
So that's the only reason why I like it, because we get to travel all over. And
Do you think the IPF will shit on you again when they get the chance?
Of course.
Do you feel like it's the same
thing?
thing?
Dude, oh, wait, hold on. You know the guy at World Games? He was there at Sheffield.
And he didn't shit on you this time?
Of course he did. He was the one that gave me the red light on my third deadlift.
Do you think it's...
The only red I got the whole competition, and he conveniently did it on my third deadlift.
Did you ask him what he saw to give the red light?
No.
Well, they won't tell you, or
no.
You can't
well, they're
ask?
supposed to tell you, aren't you? Or they're supposed to hold the paddle, aren't they?
I would have to look. I didn't care.
They have paddle. Those guys use color-coded paddles.
Yeah, we would just have to look, on the YouTube to see. But
To see
then,
why he?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, I guess some of the lights. It's not even paddles anymore, right? It's on the light systems now.
yeah,
isn't it?
so it's red, blue, or yellow.
Yeah.
So it's going to be red or blue.
You think they're going to try to just is it because you're friends with Ed Cohen? Is that why they?
No, he just doesn't like Americans. Flat out.
Because the whole IPF thing with Ed. For a while
Yeah.
there.
But also, then he came up to me at the banquet, and then he said to me, "Oh, so it looks like you changed your deadlift." No. I didn't change it. No.
People are shitbags.
Yeah, he said that to me with Mike Z as my witness. So, I really had to, bite my tongue and be a good girl. In front of him. I just
Why?
really
It's
wanted
not
to,
like he's going to be.
I really wanted to show my throw my champagne glass at him. I'm like, fuck you.
It doesn't sound like he's ever going to white light you. So why be nice to him?
The IPF has these weird grudge things. I know plenty of people in the IPF that
Yeah.
have strange grudges. Like I said, the thing with Ed,
Yeah.
where they tried to have that thing. If you even went to a seminar with Ed, you could be banned from competition. Like he's just fucking
Yeah.
slinging juice at a fucking seminar.
Of course. Kidding. The
I
signatures.
actually talked to Ed this morning about you.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, because if anybody knows Bonica, she won't ever talk to you that she's actually good at what she does.
No.
So I said, Ed, what do you think about Bonica?
Oh, no.
Why are you saying oh no?
I'm scared. No. Okay.
This is Ed's quote. She's the most underrated female in powerlifting. Her dominance has lasted decades, and she's one of the greatest females of all time.
Eddie's so sweet.
Whereas if
Thanks,
you ask
Eddie.
Bonica, she will never tell you that. She won't
No.
even tell you that she lifts weights.
No. I got a story of the guy in the gym. There was a drop-in last week, Friday. And, I'm just whoever comes in here, I just kind of observe them, see if they're lost or need help or anything like that. And then on Monday, he came up to me and he's like, yeah, I randomly posted one of my workout videos on my Instagram. And 3 of my friends are like, do you know who that is in the background of your video? And I'm like, oh, crap. Was I squatting while you were squatting? Because I'm like, oopsie, I'm sorry. And he's like, no. One of my friends zoomed in, screenshotted it, and sent me your profile to show who you were. And it's like, holy crap, I didn't know. I'm like, you're nice. I didn't know you were such a figure in the sport.
Well, because there's always haters. We had that one kid here.
Oh, yeah, that did too. And that blew up in his face, too.
Kid's in here deadlifting. Bonica's telling him to use 50 kilo plates instead of 25 kilos, and he talks shit about it on the internet and then gets just torched by everybody in his comments because they're like, do you fucking know who you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Did he apologize?
Well, he did this half-ass apology video, and then he called you Bianca the whole time.
Yeah, and he deleted it. He didn't do his research or anything. He didn't know nothing.
He's
Yeah.
kind of a dummy.
Yeah.
So how many meets have you done, you think, career-wise?
Oh gosh.
Let's say one's in the books, not your high school ones. Those are practice ones.
So
All under the IPF umbrella, correct?
Well, so you're talking about like local USAPL meets and nationals and worlds.
Anything that's a federated meet.
Oh my. I'll say over 50 there. I don't know.
So you probably average
That's a guess.
So are you a believer in 2 meets a year? Kind of like Ed always talked 2 meets a year, so you get an off season and then you get a training cycle.
Well, maybe not 50. I'm scared to say that big number. Maybe 40.
Well, that's almost 2 meets a year if you've been doing this for 20 years.
I guess. Well, I know I had to double I did high school nationals and collegiates and sub-junior worlds and women's worlds.
Actually, hold on for a
So-
second. Was it the World Games that you did raw one day and equipped the next day? Or was
No, that was mega nationals where I wanted to die.
That's the most impressive thing I've ever seen. She competed raw the first
So
day
hard.
and equipped the second day.
I was sick. I was lifting on food poisoning.
What did you squat the first day, raw?
I did 608.
What did you squat equipped the second day?
Not that much. 5 something.
Because you were sick?
Okay, no, 6 something. I still did 6 something.
But still, to go back-to-back days,
No,
that's some Iron Man shit.
I did 6 something. Oh, no, I was. Oh, yeah. I want to talk about shit. And yeah, I had the water shits 3 times before I competed.
Did you shit your pants in your equipment? Because that's
No, I didn't do that. But like, I really didn't realize that was food poisoning. Like, I had the water shits. I couldn't drink. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. So I knew my body was dehydrated, and I was in so much pain and agony. And I'm pushing myself through this competition to try to lift. So like, I know how Taylor Atwood feels like not lifting your best with food poisoning, but I'm like, I still push it through and did my best. Like,
so you've never, so every podcast we talk about shitting our pants at some point. So you've never shit your pants during competition?
I probably could have been close to times and then run to the bathroom, but like, I know during squats I was scared that I would though, because of that food poisoning.
Have you shit your pants as an adult?
Probably have. I can't think of any funny stories.
It doesn't have to be funny because sometimes it's traumatic.
Yeah. Well, if you're in a squat suit, I'm guessing that's
There's
probably...
a story of
I
Ed
know
shit
I
his
was
pants.
close.
Do you remember the story of Ed shit his pants when he had wearing briefs and training? He had a triple like 700 or something or 900, whatever it was, and he shit his pants like on the second rep and still finished it.
I mean, you might as well keep going.
It's in there. Those, I mean,
Yeah.
if you've ever worn briefs before, like
It's not coming out
it's
of
not
there,
coming
yeah.
out of the
No,
briefs.
so no, I'm not in equipment, but I was really terrified that I would
I
that
assume you.
day.
I assumed you peed your pants.
Well,
though.
of course I always do that. Like shit, once it hits 500, I'm screwed.
Okay, this is a real question though because there's. I mean, we've seen all kinds of girls that pee, but now I've heard some girls say they'll wear like a pad if they know they're going to deadlift heavy, so they don't pee everywhere. Some girls don't care at all.
Like for me, it's if I'm overhydrated and just like body just keeps on wanting to pee. That's all. If I'm like okay hydrated to not so much, I don't. So I just know it's just because I'm overhydrated or something, and it just keeps on coming.
That's all right.
But I don't care. I just change my pants.
At least you change your pants.
I change my
I've
pants.
seen people not change their pants before and just like keep on going.
Keep rolling.
At the-
Keep
at
on
the gym.
trucking.
No. You see how I bring my extra pair of pants, and after squatting, I change. And
I know I've seen people here pee their pants and just keep on keeping on.
oh no.
Wow.
No, well, like I deadlift and then I go home, so I'm not going to change again because I'll just go to my car and I just have a towel and I just sit on it and go home.
That's nice.
I'm not going to change my pants twice. I'll take them off when I get home.
Who was your like that kid talked about you and who you were in powerlifting? Who did you look up to in powerlifting?
So
Because there weren't a ton of females when you really got into it that were real
No.
dominant in the sport.
well,
Obviously, now you have like you have like Jen Thompson, obviously, who's been around for a while. Marissa Enda had a good run,
yeah.
for quite a while. She's obviously like retired now.
Well, for me, when I was younger, though, it was actually like Liz Willett, Harriet Hall, Jessica O'Donnell, Katie Ford, like
That's
the
that's
Melees.
pre me. I don't even know some of those
Well,
girls.
hot damn.
I mean,
Well, you're asking that's who I looked up to.
oh
When I
no,
was a
that's
kid.
great. No, I was just saying. Yeah, I didn't know who.
Well, even Priscilla,
Priscilla
we were.
Ribbick's been around for
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, so I was at that competition when she got her first gold medal at Worlds. That was in Cahors, France, 2004. That's where we met.
Oh, and you were competing at that one?
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
that was a little baby sub junior.
What about guys? Did you look up at any of the guys or mainly girls you just followed?
Well, no. So back then, what we had was Powerlifting USA. That was the internet back then.
It totally was. I remember I had Powerlifting USA. That's how I learned about Westside.
Yeah, but I still have those magazines. And actually, Sue Elwin, she was moving, and I remember her posting on Facebook. Oh, I got more than just 2. I got like dozens of them.
I'm talking shit.
I got Eddie to sign mine too. Nice try.
I got the Eddie Cohn editions. The
So do
September of
I.
'91,
So-
January of '94.
Oh, we're gonna flaunt. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna send you
Hey,
pictures.
but I have a relentless coloring book with Justin Groffs in it.
Okay, well I don't have that.
See, you got nothing on me.
I got multiple Eddie Cohn signed ones. Even one with this little Superman thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have a few, but that's all right. Go on.
But Sue Elwin, she gave me a bunch of Powerlifting USA. But anyway, back in the day when I was a kid, so it was like Eddie Cohn. Saw him on there. David Ricks, Brad Gillingham, Gene Bell, Wade Hooper, Irving Gaynor, Tony Harris, Tony Cardella. So I knew who the big names were back then because of the USA Powerlifting magazines.
Sure.
Yeah. And so that's who I looked up. And still Dave Ricks, to this day, he still freaking lifts. So he's still a role model and really cool to look up to.
I mean, Ed tries. He's just old.
Of course, still Eddie. I first met Eddie at the 2006 Arnold Classic. And I remember, that was the year that Phil Pfister won World's Strongest Man and whatnot. Was it the year prior? No, he won in 2006.
Okay, I'll believe you.
Okay. Anyway, but no, I remember meeting Eddie in 2006, and then 2007, met Eddie again. I'm like, you probably don't remember me. He's like, yeah, I remember you. Blah blah blah. He's a freaking encyclopedia.
He has a wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
And he never forgets people.
Yeah, exactly. He remembered me. I was like, holy shit, he remembered this little kid a year later, you know?
Sure.
But I remember he's like, hold on to my hand. And we snuck into the back of where all the strongman competitors were like warming up and stuff. And yeah, this had to be 2007 because Phil Pfister won the year prior. And so I got to meet Phil Pfister and like all these other guys. I'm like, oh my gosh, if you hang out with this guy, you can go anywhere.
I laugh whenever I've met up with Ed. Like we met up at the Arnold. Like we'd end up meeting up in Chicago on the way to Columbus. And so we'd sit together, me, him, and Hega, and like Justin would usually be with because he'd be competing.
Yeah.
And I'd be at the airport, and people think that I was somebody because I was standing next to Ed. Like Ray Williams came over, and he was like, "Hey man, nice to meet you." And I was like, "Hey Ray," I was like, I enjoy watching your training video, but like this guy has like no fucking clue who I am, nor does he actually give a fuck. He just thinks like he knows Ed, so he must be okay. Then after a while, Hega and I just stand in the back, and she goes, well, it's time for the Eddie Cohen show, so we're just going to stand back and let him fucking go.
Hold on to his purse and everything, you know.
But he's always funny. We were sitting together at the Olympia one time. This guy comes over, and he was like, well, first he brings me ice cream, and he goes, here's some ice cream. I got it for you. You're fat, so I thought you'd be hungry.
That's nice.
So this guy's sitting there, and he goes,
You were right.
Yeah, he was 100% right.
You only ate one donut that I brought.
Well, I know, but you know, I gotta fucking save up for lunch. The guy comes over, he's like, hey, excuse me, are you Eddie Cohen? And Ed's like, no. And the guy's like, really? He's like, no, I am. I'm just kidding.
That's hey. So if Eddie is allowed to play it off, I should be allowed to because I try to do that.
But Ed is the connection to know. Because when you get to the Olympia or you go to the Arnold, that is Ed's people.
Yes, that's
that
true.
guy is he's like the Ozzy Osbourne at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame guy right there. Like he is, everybody wants to talk to him.
He's also in the Arnold Hall of Fame thing, like the purple.
He invited me to go to his induction.
Yeah.
And Ronda Rousey went in at that time.
And
I think her mom. Maybe it was her mom, but I couldn't go. I was at the fucking, when they used to make all the XPC lifters lift over at the fucking fairgrounds.
Oh.
I kept all the fucking animals at the fairgrounds. All you Jews to have fucking animals go to the fairgrounds and lift.
Aw, you missed it. That stinks.
Yeah, but that's all right though. Who's the coolest person that's new that you've met? Somebody new to the sport.
Ooh, what's the definition new? Like how long do they need to be in the sport?
Here's the funny part. How long do you think some of these people will stay in the sport?
We'll see. When it gets hard, or like they'll have some excuse or an injury and they quit.
Speaking of injuries, how about Dan Bell? Did you see that? He's got like 6 bulging discs. Like he's pretty fucked up right now.
I didn't know that.
It came out like
I knew something happened.
because he did that Pioneer meet and didn't lift very well.
Yeah.
I think it happened on a squat, and then he said, what, a week or two later, like his toes were numb and he couldn't move them. Dan's a good dude. Dan is one of the guys, and that guy's like will be a legend forever.
He's a big teddy bear. I like him.
Super nice guy. But yeah, like I said, who do you think will stay? Who do you like? I think most of these college kids, once they're done with collegiate lifting, I feel like they're just done.
Oh yeah, they'll fizzle out because then because right now, in my opinion, like college kids, they got it easier. I was like, yeah, you go to school. Yeah, I know you have homework and your tests and blah blah blah. You got to study. But it's like you don't have a job. You don't have bills to worry about. You don't have rent to worry. You know, you don't have life.
Yeah, when there's no stress, that changes your training completely.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, me, what's 8 hours of sleep? You know, where I get maybe 4 or 5 every night. Like, no, and they have like their meal plans and they have food ready for them. I'm like, you guys do have it easier than an adult. You know, you don't have to worry about going to work on time. And, you know, do your ins and outs and being a good person there. You don't have to go to the store. Like, there's just so many things that's different from college to life. There's just, like, completely different. I'm like, if I had a life of a college student, I know I'd be a hell of a better lifter. Hands down.
Does anybody, how about you give people's insight? What do you, I don't know if everybody knows what you do.
Nah, I just, customer service job, desk job.
And
there's more.
And plays aggressive Pokemon.
Oh. Yeah, I play Pokemon Go. I made the gym a Pokestop.
That is a Pokestop.
It's a the gym is a Pokestop.
I don't know if that just draws nerds. I don't know what that
does.
Yeah,
it does.
I thought that stuff was over. No?
Honey,
No,
it's always in the top 3 top grossing game.
Bonika's keeping it alive. She probably spends her entire paycheck
No,
keeping them top grossing.
No, like
that's why she wants her fucking prize money.
I want my prize money to pay off debt.
Get this Pokemon Go app going here.
This is fucking. I got to keep these guys alive. It's fucking horse shit.
I have nothing to do with my free time if this game goes down, guys. I can't do this.
I can play at home. I sit on 2 Pokestops at home. I'm good.
2 fucking Pokestops.
So 2 Pokestops at home and 1 here at the gym. I'm good.
Something you got people showing up at your house trying to find Pokemon?
They're all over. They're
But if you have the
anywhere.
Pokestops at your house, you just luring them in.
If
I don't know how this
people,
works, I guess.
if people want to just people just walk around or drive and spin the stop and keep going.
And then you run
Like-
outside and talk to them, don't you?
No, I mean
You-
my apartment's a cave, dude. It's like this room. It's a cave, man. The windows are blocked. It's dark. Lights aren't. You got the lights on in here. No, I'm in a little vampire at home.
No, that's all right though.
Even the maintenance guy had to come in the other day to change the light in the kitchen. I'm like, turn on your flashlight. Because I work from home. I don't even have my desk light on. It's like literally the computer monitor and my lighted keyboard. I'm like, I don't need no extra light. I'm good. Sit in the dark.
Fucking nobody wants to pay them bills. Fucking lighting candles over
Well,
here.
exactly. What do I need a light on if I'm just sitting at a damn desk?
So we're off track. Who's your favorite new lifter? We got.
Okay. We don't I haven't been to a nationals. Like I didn't go to the one this past year because Sheffield was my qualifier. Like new.
Some of the up and comers you've been around at some of these meets.
How
How about this? How about an up and comer that you think will be something?
I haven't studied. Like that's what's hard. Like social media is hard. Like I'm drawing a blank. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
How long do you think Atwood will stay in it?
He keeps on having injuries and getting hurt, and it's just like, dude,
he's not very old, right? How old is Taylor?
he's around my age. So I think he's 32
Oh, so he's been in the game
or
for a while.
33 or something like that.
How many years do you think you got left in you?
Who? Me?
You as
I'm just gonna keep on going as far as I can. Like I want to be like Dave Ricks, just keep going. Like
but-
what else am I gonna do in life?
Well, you can still train.
Yeah,
but,
but
when to
I
say
want.
when, like I've never actually asked Ed, but we're gonna have him on the podcast when he's here for the meet.
Yeah.
But what makes you? When do you decide to stop?
I don't want to because I won't have anything to look forward to. So like during COVID, during that 2 years, I was lost. And I just like, what am I training for? What am I doing? Like this is hard to lift just to lift.
So you can't lift to lift.
And it was hard because I want something to work towards to and have a
Oh no,
goal.
I'm just asking because I know that's how. I mean,
Yeah.
we all know Justin Grolfson, who's a good friend of mine. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the same way he was when his neck was hurt. If he's not training for something, it's very hard for him to train.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want something to fight for and like my competitiveness and like not doing it for 5 years and then come back to it. I don't want to lose it again. It's not fun. I just want something to always work towards.
Will you do masters, or do you think that's not real?
I'll still do masters. Why not? And like, I think master lifters are fun. They don't have drama.
That's true.
They don't.
Do you think a masters world championship is as good as a real world championship?
I think so because they're putting in time, and whatnot. And there's getting more and more master lifters. Maybe there's some up and coming masters I don't know about. I'm just glad, especially in women's side, that they're lifting. Like years ago, they're all shunned to not lift, and now they are. That's
Yeah.
me. I like it when people lift.
Do you have a coach?
Yeah, his name is Kjell Buckland. He's in Norway.
So do you just send him videos, and he gives you like how your lifts, or
Yeah.
how does it work?
Yeah, I sent him my final set videos. I was a very bad lifter, not send that many before. So since World Games forward, I've been a good girl and always send stuff. Unless something happens, like I couldn't do it last set because of time, or camera falls or something. I'm like, oops.
So does he do all your programming, diet, and everything, or just
No, not my diet, just
your-
the
okay?
workout.
You can give the diet a shout out. You use,
I use RP,
of course.
Renaissance Periodization.
Do you work directly with Mike, or do you just work with one of the other guys?
I just use the apps and then I just ask questions every so often because I just eat the same stuff over and over. Or I have a cheat meal like last night because it was a hard workout. And I'm like, I don't care.
Does Mike work with anybody anymore?
I don't know fine-tuned details, but I assume he still does.
I didn't know if he kind of was above that now. Not like done better than that, but
I'm
'cause
pretty
I know.
sure he still does.
I remember when he first started, he worked with Justin.
I'm pretty sure he still does. I don't prod.
If anybody's
guess.
never checked out, check out it's Renaissance Periodization, but it's called the RP
Yeah,
Diet
RP.
app, or what's it called?
Yeah, RP Diet app or just RP Diet.
That's kind of cool. He breaks it down. Mike did a really good job with that. Mike's a doctor of is a nutrition. What's he? He's got.
I don't even know my own stats.
He was
I
also
don't have
on Dave
anything.
Tate's Table Talk too. He had Mike.
He's
on
been
there.
on a. He's
Dr.
I think
Mike.
he's got a bunch of
He has a
YouTube
lot of
videos
stuff.
out there. Yeah.
He's a smart guy. He's
He's
been around and
fun.
seen some stuff. Super nice guy.
And I love all his blunt stuff that he posts, about this and that. And I just love it. So it works out great.
And he lifts, so
Yeah.
he knows a little bit more about the sport.
He
He's
got
done,
some
he's done
muscle.
powerlifting. He's done some bodybuilding. I think
Yeah.
he's done a little bit of everything.
Maybe I'll do bodybuilding. I'll lose my boobs.
You can tell it's a major concern for her right now.
Your face was so funny. I'm just speechless. What was in that box delivery a few weeks ago?
I didn't remember what was in there, but I told her just a bag of dicks, but it wasn't.
It wasn't. I was sad.
As soon as I told her it was a bag of dicks, she got excited
Your
about it,
face.
though. I didn't remember what was in there, but she was being Snoopy.
It was the protein bars.
Are you still doing? You're talking about doing strongman. You gonna do a strongman?
Yeah, when are we hosting? We're going to have that competition. When are we going to go to La La Land and get that Conan's wheel thingy?
Remember, it's the Cohen's wheel. That's why we can get Ed to fucking back this thing up.
Okay, the Cones wheel. When are we going to La La Land to get it?
I don't know. October is when we're kind of talking about doing the strongman meet.
Okay, at least so this summer sometime we're going to go get that thing. We're going on a road trip.
So are you going to be? So you're not going to powerlift next year? Then you're just going to train for strongman?
Well, there won't be anything to do after Raw Worlds. So that's June. And then Nationals is February or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where do you?
there's a gap.
Where do you see the sport going?
I know. So like the purpose of the Sheffield was to like showcase powerlifting and try to get it big like strongman, in my opinion. And I think it's going to help, show that there's other sports out there and strong people out there. And so I think it'll be different. It is already compared to when we were started like 15 years ago. It's already, more streamlined and fancy with all the lights and cameras and action. Big competitions, way bigger than back then.
I do. I can't decide if the numbers are going down
Well,
as of recent. I think it really peaked up like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 years ago, it hit like a real high. I feel like multiply stuff has really died.
And equipped is, but
Even single ply, but multiply. I mean, I respect people who lift multiply because multiply, people don't understand, is a whole different animal than raw.
Yeah.
But I just feel like you have raw people squatting 1,000 pounds, and that used to be like multiply.
Impossible.
Yeah, that was like multiply. It was like, oh man, did you see that? So I don't know, and I don't know what multiply can do to make a comeback.
They have to do triple what we do raw.
Well, and the hard part is that there's so many shitty multiply judge squats out there that people get tired of it.
You know what? I was the one that brought Dave back into multiply. I'll never get the official credit, but I was the main catalyst.
Who brought Dave?
Dave Hoff back into multiply because he wasn't. So for the longest time, he was just a bench only guy. And then I met him at Jim Grandick's powerlifting meet, like the day before, helping with the cards and stuff like that. And then he's like, oh, you're the girl that squatted 600 pounds. I'm like, yeah, you're going to let a girl out squat you. And like, I do this raw. Aren't you going to be able to do it raw? Quit being just a bench only pussy, blah, 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 blah. Like, I just kept rimming on him. And then lo and behold, like a week or two later, he started squatting. I'm like, I was a freaking catalyst that started you to come back, and you know it.
Did he thank you?
Probably not. I don't know.
Mr.
Maybe.
Mr. 3000.
Yeah.
What's he at right now?
I don't know. I just, every time I see something like, yeah, I got you to where you are.
Some 3,100. Is he 3,100 now? Just under?
Yeah. But I was a catalyst of his comeback. Like, making fun of him
He's just trying to,
hardcore.
but yeah, I don't know where powerlifting's going to go. I feel like the numbers fluctuate a lot. I mean, in the gym, you kind of see ups and downs, obviously.
Yeah, but like the college scene is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we know that like a lot of college kids won't keep going. But like there'll still be the stragglers that will keep going. Mm-hmm. And then the college scene will always at least be there. And, there'll be carryover, whatnot. It just depends on.
According to Google, Dave Hoff is 3103.
Ooh,
was
he
gonna say,
did
I thought
pass
he was 3,100.
He did pass 3,100.
1,273 pound squat, 1,047 pound bench, and 826 pound deadlift.
Yeah, look at that squat. Yeah.
I figured for sure he was going to go 1,000 was going to be his goal.
I know, that would be cool.
I think
He
that'd
needs
be
to do
super
that.
cool.
We need to tell him to do that.
I've never met Dave. I've met Chuck
What?
Vogelpohl. I've never met Dave Hoff.
How I met him and not you?
I don't hang out at Jim Grandick's meets.
Yeah, but like I've seen him like at the Arnold and like other whatever. I don't know what other places I've
I
seen
don't know.
him.
I met Chuck Vogelpohl, and that guy's like a
I
fucking
don't know.
legend. Chuck was one of the first guys under 220 to squat 1,000.
Oh. I
Like
don't,
legitimately
was
squat
that,
1,000
is that in our
multiply.
old internet? USA Powerlifting USA, is that our old internet that I
he
have
was
to
an-
find?
He was an original West. He was an original West Sider.
Okay, we need the old internet.
Original West Sider. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with the sport. I mean, you got
It'll still be around.
yours is in June. You're competing.
Yes. Or-
You have an impressive resume that you're way too humble about. But that's okay. Nobody likes somebody that's arrogant.
I don't know my stats. I don't know.
That's all right.
I've been to stuff. I've been
How many world records have you broken?
like how many times my whole career? How many times I've broken them?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm not like some.
Why don't you have a Wikipedia? What the fuck? I was trying to look and you don't have a Wikipedia.
There's a Wiki what?
Why don't you have a Wikipedia? I was trying to find one and you don't have
I
one.
don't know. Am I supposed to make it?
I don't know how they get started.
I don't know. I
that's
would
a good
have
question.
to try to keep. That would be so hard to figure out though, because I would have to go back to like when I was a teen lifter, and like almost like the nationals and the worlds. I was breaking the sub junior record like all four, like or 3 or 2 or whatever, like each competition, and then like coming back now, like I was just doing raw worlds and then equipped. I have no idea how many times I've broken the records. I don't know. That's way too hard. Who keeps track of that?
I think that's a good amount when you can't remember how many times we've done it. You know how many world records I broke?
There's plenty of world records.
many?
We got gym world records.
You know what? Actually, I think I had one. When I did 100% raw, I think I had one in the deadlift.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's long since gone. But I do still hold some state records.
Ooh,
I'm
really?
I'm basically like a world champion in that.
Ooh, we need to look it up.
And I haven't done those for ever. I don't know if that means
it's
that
on Google.
it does. I don't know if that
Look it
means
up,
that
find
I'm
it.
bad or fuck it, or I'm that good, or just raw powerlifting doesn't have enough people. fucking with me.
100% raw. There was never enough. Like, so the guy that was running it, he is an Army and he moved to Hawaii.
He ran a
then-
good meet, and the guys before that, the two guys that started, kind of brought it to him how ran good
Yeah.
meets.
Yeah. But then,
And
it
then
died when
Yeah,
he
it kind of
left.
fell off, and I don't know why. The guys had the equipment.
Because the meat director wasn't doing things well and wasn't nice.
I know. I want to buy their kilo plates. Whenever somebody goes out of business, I want to buy their things.
I don't think he's going to let him go.
That's all right. I got plenty of sets.
I
of
did
them.
help bring kilo plates to the gym, but then we got like kilo brat monsters now.
I think it's settled down a little bit though.
No, it hasn't.
Let's not start wars here. Let's all just fucking get along, be harmonious.
Not doing a wars. I laugh at them and make fun of them.
Well, let's all be friends.
I have friends.
Are you trying to look me up over there, Chris?
Yes.
Was it 2006 Nebraska? 100% raw, Brett Carter.
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
2006. I'm right up there with you. I'm like an elder in this sport.
You're
25
older
to
than me.
29, 501, 374, and 523, 1398.
Wait.
total.
Repeat that again. What?
501, 374, and 523.
Oh, okay. You can beat that now.
I benched 418 in a meet, and then I went 421 and tore my pec.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
He wants me to download a.
You don't need to download anything. It's fine.
I'm downloading it.
I mean, I lifted multiply twice.
Where's that result? Where are those results at?
I did a bench only because that's like the best meet you can ever do is bench only because you got to sit around all day. I think I benched like 563 multiply.
And then it's done. It's like, wait, there's nothing else.
I know.
This
and
is
it was
weird.
great. Amber went and got me a sandwich. It was great. And then I did a full meet, but then so I squatted. I went 700 for my second attempt. I got called on depth, which other people squatted the same, but they knew people.
Of course. Don't favor others.
And then we would put on my bench shirt, and apparently, like somewhat that week before, I remember hurting myself, but didn't think anything of it. But when the chest plate on the shirt loaded up, my rib was fucked up.
Oh.
And if you ever had that happen, that's a terrible feeling.
Oh, yeah.
So I took like a token bench, like 225, and then I think I just pulled like fucking something stupid, like 550.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you did. Hey, you at least you put up a total. Put up a total.
I did put up a total.
Put
I've
up
only
a total.
bombed out. I think I've only bombed out at one meet ever.
I have not bombed out. I could have, but I wasn't going to bomb out.
Part of it was I didn't care. You ever been like doing a meet and you just don't care?
No, I care. So like the one that I was saying that I could have bombed out at, like the athletic trainer like fucked up my back and I could barely squat. And like I could only bench, but I had no leg drive. And then when it came to deadlifts, I was in dying agony and I just pulled one plate. This is like, I'm not going to come, because I was in Iceland. I'm like, I'm not coming all this way to not get a total. Like I guess that was the closest I didn't care, but I'm like, I'm not bombing out. And like, I care.
I think I think at one time for a little while, 100% raw only offered push-pull for a brief minute.
Well, they always do.
No, that's all they had. They didn't have squat stands.
Oh.
This was like
Oh.
when there was like a transaction between like the guys who were running it here and the guy didn't have a squat setup.
Oh.
So it was push-pull. And I think I bombed out on bench.
Wow, that's a
I'm a fucking
shame.
loser. I bombed out on
You
bench.
are. What you only had like 220? No, you had 275 on there, and you bombed.
Something. But
What you doing over there?
Other than that, your next meet is the Ed Cohen Classic. You're announcing.
Yeah.
as always.
I was looking for.
No,
I
it
was
was
looking for your
John.
record. I can't find the record.
John is usually our announcer.
Yeah, but you're the co-announcer, but
I'm
now
a
you're the head announcer.
Yeah.
John is. Well, and if anybody who has ever been to the meet doesn't know John that announces, he's like a multi-time world champion in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, which is amazing.
So he won't be here this year because he's competing
Yeah.
at the ADCC
Darn
qualifiers,
him.
I believe. So Bonica will be running the show, the table, the announcing, the cards.
I mean, control it all.
But you know, if you ever go to a meet and Bonica runs the table, she's the best help you can have because if you don't know what to do numbers wise, she will always help you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like,
And if you don't, you're automatically going up 5 kilos.
yeah, you better come up and give me your attempts.
But
Well, it's 5 pounds,
any other
2.5 kilos.
any other stories you want to add to this?
Like what kind of stories?
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't know. Oh man, I'm always full of stories, but I need something. I need ideas.
I mean, you've been around the world, but what was your favorite meet of all time? We'll end with that. What's your favorite meet of all time that you've done?
I think a fun competition would be, honestly, the Sheffield was pretty fucking cool. Only because of the crowd. The crowd was fucking amazing. I get goosebumps every time. Like, they were roaring loud. I was told the females, we brought the show. Like, the crowd was really loud for us. And, like, we're just sitting in the back. Like, even over our headphones, we just hear it. I like how amazing they were. And it's like, it was the energy. And, like, I'm like, dude, I contribute my attempts that were so great because of them. Like, it was just that energy and fire.
So what kind of kept him going? Because we've all been to meets, and it's hard to keep a crowd going. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Because meets do drag on. Now, we try to run it. Granted, yours was different. You only had 12.
Yeah.
24 total.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Yeah.
And, we try to run the Ed Cohen fast.
Yes.
Keep it running.
Yeah.
But like you and John, that's what made John unique. John is very good at trying to get the crowd into it.
Yes.
So is Dennis,
Yeah.
our platform manager. But do they have somebody there like keeping the crowd going?
I think what helps with the crowd is they need knowledge of somebody talking to them. So like I used to be able to go to Colorado and I would help Rachel and be announcer there. And I would always be talking to the crowd, interacting with them and letting them know what's going on. Or even in Wisconsin. Okay, this was a funny moment. Like, I was doing like a skit act with the platform manager. You know, we would crack jokes back and forth. I would make fun of her, she'd make fun of me, and like we make the crowd laugh. We entertain them, and like to keep it, you're just doing silly antics. And then they also depend on the announcer of what a lift went bad or good or whatever. Like I remember in Wisconsin, like I'm up high, and a lift was bad. And then I just remember everybody just look at me. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't get to see the color cards. I don't know why it was bad. Referees, we need the answer. What's going on? You know, it's just like you got to be part of them to be part of you.
That's
So you
good.
got to make that connection with them.
That's a good point.
You know, so that's what I try. So like when I do talk, I explain what's going on and be like, hey, you don't need to be silent. Cheer for everybody. Like you just got to interact with them, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the only way to make a powerlifting meet fun for the the spectators. You have to keep them involved.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's not fun as a spectator. It's like paint drying.
Yeah. But I think that's what made the Sheffield special is like everybody knows the sport and they went there for a purpose. You know, and that's what just kept them all going and drive.
Nice.
And just kept up the energy. And Gino was in the audience even.
That's the announcer for the.
Yeah.
Used to be is he the IPF announcer or USAPL?
No, he's USAPL. But he was in
And
the
he wears
audience.
that
I
trench-
pointed out to him and found him and blew him kisses.
He always wears that trench coat, right?
Yeah, he was wearing the bright
The
red
guy looks like a
one.
fucking Rob Zombie Jr. when he walks around
pirate.
out there. Yeah, kind of like that too, like Jack Sparrow.
Oh.
Yeah, Jack Sparrow kind of like.
All right. Anything else we want to cover? I think that's pretty good.
I hope so.
You're a true legend
Did I
of the
do
sport.
okay?
Don't
I try to
anybody-
be.
Don't anybody tell you any different. I tell you that all the time. We appreciate you coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. Thanks everybody for listening. So obviously, share the show if you like it. If you don't like it, I don't really give a fuck. Share it anyway. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks.